The NBA All-Star Game, everybody. It ain't just about flashy plays and high scores, though we love that too. This is about strategy, raw talent, and who's got the momentum to dominate. And let me tell you something, 2025 is changing the game, folks. They're switching things up with a brand new format. That means new rules, new team setups, a whole new ball game. And you know what that means? It's gonna shake up the entire game, changing how teams strategize and who's gonna come out on top. So who's got the edge in this new era of all-star basketball? Stay locked in right here, because we're about to break down the key players, the game-changing factors, and give you our rational prediction for who's taking home the crown in this year's All-Star Showdown. Now, before we start throwing out names and making predictions, we gotta understand what we're dealing with here. The NBA's gone and flipped the script, changing the very DNA of the All-Star game. We're talking rule changes, tweaks to how teams are selected. Even the way the game is played is getting a makeover. This ain't your grandma's all-star game anymore, folks. We're in uncharted territory. And you know what that means? It throws everything we thought we knew out the window. Teams are gonna have to adapt. Players are gonna have to step up. The old playbook? It's out. We need a whole new strategy session to figure this thing out. The way I see it, teams that can adapt to these changes, that can think on their feet and adjust their game plan, those are the teams that are gonna have the edge. It's survival of the fittest out there, and only the smartest, most adaptable teams are gonna survive. We're talking about a whole new level of competition, and that's what's gonna make this All-Star Game one for the ages. So buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive deep into these changes and see who's got what it takes to come out on top. Now let's talk talent. Every year, the NBA's biggest stars come out to shine. But with this new format, we gotta reevaluate who's really got the juice to dominate. First up, we gotta talk about the players who are built for this new game. You got star player 1, whose specific skill set is gonna be absolutely lethal in this new format. This guy's a walking highlight reel waiting to happen, and with these new rules, he's gonna be unstoppable. Then there's star player 2, whose specific strengths are gonna give him a serious edge. This guy's a walking mismatch nightmare, and he's gonna feast in this fast-paced, high-scoring environment. And you can't forget about my sleeper pick, star player 3. This guy's been flying under the radar, but trust me, he's got the talent and the drive to shock the world. He's gonna be a problem in this new format, mark my words. But listen, it ain't just about individual talent. Team chemistry, strategy, and coaching adjustments, those are gonna be the X factors in this game. The teams that can come together, that can communicate and execute under pressure, they're the ones that are gonna have the upper hand. We're talking about a whole new level of competition, and I, for one, cannot wait to see how this all plays out. Alright folks, we've broken down the format, we've analyzed the players, and now it's time for the moment of truth, my prediction for the 2025 NBA All-Star Game winner. Based on my deep dive analysis, factoring in player matchups, format advantages, and team cohesion, I'm putting my money on team name to take home the crown this year. Why? Let me break it down for you. Statistically speaking, this team is a force to be reckoned with. They're dominant in key areas like shooting, defense, and pace. They've got the numbers on their side, and that's a fact. But it's more than just stats. This team is built for this new format. They've got players who can thrive in a fast-paced, high-scoring environment, and they've got a coach who's not afraid to think outside the box and make adjustments on the fly. Now let me be clear, anything can happen in basketball. This is the All-Star Game we're talking about, where the unexpected is always in play. But if you're looking for a rational, data-driven pick, look no further than Team Name. They're the team to beat, and I'm standing by that prediction. So there you have it, folks. My breakdown, my analysis, my prediction for the 2025 NBA All-Star Game. But this ain't a one-man show. I want to hear from you. Do you agree with my rational, data-driven pick, or are you going with your gut? Hit that comment section and let me know who you think is going to win this thing and why. Let's get this debate started. And if you want more in-depth sports analysis, predictions, and breakdowns, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. We're bringing the heat all season long. See you in the next